Hello to everybody. We'll get started in just a little bit, but as you join, be sure to read the instructions on the screen so you can have the correct view throughout the event. And we'll wait for a couple more people to join in and then we'll get started. Woohoo!
See any more people joining? I think we can get started. Any more people joining? Okay, so wait a couple minutes. Maybe just say welcome for you coming in.
Welcome to everybody coming in. If you do have questions or you want to say hello, just go ahead and type it in the chat and we'll say hello back, answer your questions throughout, all that good stuff. we have a lot of confetti here we're going to be throwing. It's a party here. I want you to party with us.
I think we can get started. It's 3:05.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right, if you're just coming in, welcome again. Feel free to type questions or hellos in the chat. Follow the instructions on the screen right now to get your screen all set up to have the correct view of everybody and all of our speakers and all of that. We just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's come for our celebration with elephants and with everybody who's supporting elephants and all the work that everybody's doing with them. We will have a raffle throughout. We're gonna start with one raffle prize and then go into some talking about female elephants, male elephants, the babies. We'll have a silent auction and like I said, prizes throughout. So if you got the link to our event, you are already entered in the raffle and we will use a random generator to pick our winner. So we'll go ahead right now and pick our first winner to kick everything off.
I was not okay. Here it comes. Okay.
We're getting there. So we'll have the prize is all from our sponsors, is all of the prizes and the raffles that you're going to get. Along with the auction are also donations from our sponsors. So for the first prize, we have a Scooters package with some K-Cups, a mug, some items from Biscotti, Black Bottom Biscotti, as well as gourmet granola. Awesome local sponsors. And our first winner is
Julie Major.
Julie Major. So if you are Julie Major, we will be sending you an email. So just look out for that. We'll contact you though, so that we can get your address and figure out how to get you your prize. So to start this off, we're going to welcome our wonderful Dr. Carrie Moorfeld, who is the founder and president of For Elephants. She's been working with elephants for 20 years. She's amazing. We all love her. And she's going to talk to us about her organization, what they do, along with talking about the female elephants. So let's introduce Dr. Carrie.
Thank you, Maddie. So this is so fun. So if you all really saw what was going on in this room, there's 10 people, children, dogs, and a lot of confetti. So this is supposed to be a celebration of elephants, and we're going to share what we do, how you can be involved, and why this is so important. So thanks for spending your time with us. So I'm the founder. We started For Elephants 2 years ago with our goal of improving lives of elephants. What I've learned is we're improving lives of elephants, but a lot of it is what's in this room. It's empowering and encouraging and teaching the next generation. So our organization is the academic side, as well as the actual elephant research. So thanks for joining. So we're gonna, like Maddie said, is pop in and out, and you're gonna hear from students today, graduate students, volunteers, because all of us together make this happen. So I'm gonna talk first about female elephants. So female elephants really were the starting of this organization looking at reproduction. So I started my research with zoo elephants and found that a lot of the zoo elephants didn't have a reproductive cycle. If you don't have a cycle, you can't have a baby. And so a lot of my initial research was looking at why is that? And so it just became that this continued thing. One question led to another, to another, to another. So you'll see this lovely female here. So we actually work in Africa as well. So what we're trying to do is learn more about natural elephant physiology, reproduction from free-ranging elephants to apply to set new standards and metrics for how we manage elephants in human care. So it's a mix between our work in Africa, in managed care, and all of us working together. So one of the things, our core foundation is endocrinology, so study of hormones. And that really started with adult female elephants, sometimes also called cows. Do you want to go to the next slide, Emmy? Thank you. So here, this is part of our goal. You see the calf, the babies, and that leads to population sustainability. And what we know for when we study adult females, our goal is to ensure all of her wellness to promote a healthy pregnancy. So many of our graduate students' research projects look at pregnancy in elephants, like what are their hormones like? What are the normal levels? What does that matter? Does that contribute to a healthy pregnancy in calf? So a lot of this has not been done. So we dig into the science, and then our goal is to, everything we do is then we apply it back. So instead of waiting for all of the answers, we apply what we know to make best decisions for elephants that we work with. And again, so this is a photo of some of our work in Africa. And the program there, which is just fascinating, is we're able to monitor females as they enter puberty and cycling for the first time, which is usually around age 14, and then monitor throughout her reproductive journey and reproductive life cycle, which is just fascinating to learn just more about what's normal. How many calves do they have? How much time between calves? And then sending these new metrics for how we manage elephants in human care, with the goal of just improving lives. Next slide, Emmy. I always have to talk a little bit about body condition. If you followed our organization and our research, one of the things that contributes to healthy pregnancy in elephants overall is a healthy degree of fatness. So this picture is awesome because you can see all of those hip bones. That's what you want to see. So that's a body condition score 3, a little education here. And we want to see that. That contributes to an elephant being more likely to have a reproductive cycle, which means more likely to have a baby. So when you see elephants, either in Africa or in a zoo, look for that pelvic bone. That's what we're aiming for. And this, you know, is a first time too. Like, we're understanding what elephants should look like on the outside. And then we use the hormone stuff to look at the physiological stuff inside. And they work together to promote wellness and health for our adult females. Next one. And then last, again, this is, we took this on our Africa expedition a couple years ago. And what I love about the female and calf introduction or relationship is it's just, the calves are kind of naughty and the mom's trying to keep them in alignment. And this part too is studying the female's behavior and how important it is for her to have that opportunity to have a calf and what that does for her long-term health too. And so, you know, this is our goal, not just more babies, but more healthy babies and healthy environments for them to grow up in. Same thing as Africa, we give back there. Our work with Elephants Alive, which we'll talk about a little bit more, to promote awareness and health monitoring for wild populations as well. And then in-country training for endocrinology. So that was a lot about females and reproductions, but I hope you get the point. We study reproduction, hormones, hormones of reproduction and overall health. Just the goal of improving lives, their lives, and at the same time, giving an opportunity for the people in this room to study them and use that knowledge to develop their careers, because they're the future for this. So, okay, that's what I have to say about female elephants. You're not going to hear about me all day. I'm so happy that grad students are here today, interns, volunteers. So you're going to hear from all of us, because this doesn't happen without everybody in this room. So even everybody holding my dogs still as we're talking. Okay, so now it's time for is that it, Emmy? Okay, cool. Raffle prize time. Next.
All right, so we're gonna have our second raffle prize. This is from our donors with the copper wax candles, again, gourmet granola, and elephant magnets. So let's pull our second raffle prize to our generator. Here we go. And hopefully you were listening to what Carrie was saying, because right after we do this raffle prize, we're going to go into our trivia.
So we have Barb. And there's no last name on here, but Barb, we're going to send you an email.
Woo!
Oh, the keyboard is full of confetti.
Okay, so we're gonna go into our trivia. So hopefully you guys were paying attention, because there will be 3 winners at the end of this. So we'll have Lindy come and help explain our game to you so that you can win those prizes.
Hello, as Maddie said, my name is Lindy, and I'm going to introduce you to our game. So how you're going to play is using another device, like a tablet or your phone. You can access your preferred internet browser. In the search bar, you're going to type in kahoot.it and enter the game pin number that'll be shown here momentarily. In the nickname box, please enter your full first and last name so we know who to give prizes to. And then there will be questions and answers shown via Zoom, and then you will tap or click the corresponding color and shape on your second device to select your answer. And then these questions are time sensitive. The faster you answer, the higher the score you get. So not only have to do it correctly, you have to do it quickly as well. So we'll give you a few minutes to get all logged in, and we will get started here momentarily.
Can we tell people around?
Awesome. Getting some people signed up.
Some people. Cool, people are figuring it out. These prizes are cool. You're gonna want to play. We won't be mad if you get the questions wrong.
Awesome.
Some people, we got 15. Awesome. Okay, cool. Should we start it?
Give it another
a couple minutes?
Yeah,
Okay,
a
cool.
little bit.
In the meantime, should we show off my dog?
Couple more minutes. In the meantime, we have a mascot we're gonna show you.
Buddy. Okay. Okay. What's that? Do you want Okay. Here, Lindy.
All right. This is Prince Naveen, and he is the Four Elephants mascot today.
I'm doing this because, so we obviously have these very cool t-shirts we're wearing, and people have talked about dog items. They're coming, but for now, the t-shirts actually fit your dog. So he's also our lab mascot. So there we go. Good buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, Prince.
Okay, he's so happy.
All right. I think we're about ready. All right, first question. How long is the gestation period for African elephants? 9 months, 16 months, 22 months, or 24 months?
We should have some music in the background. You can do that confetti in your head.
Ooh, good job, everyone. Woo.
One score.
All right, we got Jennifer in the lead.
That's Jennifer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer.
All right, how much can a baby elephant weigh? 50 to 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 to 350 pounds, or over 400 pounds. And this is at birth to specify. We got some diversity of answers here. It was a hard one. Maddie's in the lead. A baby elephant can nurse from its mother up to 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, 1 to 2 years, or up to 5 to 10 years. There is up to 5 to 10 years. Oh, Cassia is an answer streak of 3. Maddie's still in the lead.
Ooh.
How tall is a baby elephant at birth? 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, or 5 feet? The answer was 3 feet. Maddie's still in the lead. It's a party now. Right, this is true or false. Elephant milk has 100 times more protein than cow milk. Apparently, all the confetti is going to just fly to there. Everybody got that one. It's true. Maddie's still holding first place. Katie in second. How long does it take for a baby elephant to walk after birth? 15 to 30 minutes, 30 to 120 minutes, 2 to 3 hours, or 4 to 5 hours? And the answer is 30 to 120 minutes. Celebration. Maddie's still holding first place.
She's fast.
True or false? Baby elephants have full control of their trunks at birth. And the answer is true. Oh, I'm so sorry. False. That was my bad. I did make this quiz, so that's not good.
You wouldn't have won.
I know. So the answer is false. They do not have full control. Katie slipped into first.
It's spicy.
What is the average age for a mother to give birth to her first calf in the wild? 8 to 9 years, 14 to 15 years, 17 to 18 years, or 22 to 23 years? The answer is 14 to 15 years.
So fun.
All right, Katie's holding first place, Maddie in second. We got 3 players who just hit answer streak. All right, approximately how many frequently do elephants get pregnant? Every year, every 2 years, every 4 years, or every 6 years? And the answer is every 4 years. Good job.
We have a lot of confetti.
So much confetti. All right, we're getting to the end. Katie's holding her first place. This is a true or false. Elephants can birth twins. And the answer is true. And here we go.
Poor Lindsay.
All right, third place is Tay Morrison. Second place is Katie S. First place is Maddie. Woo! job, all of you. We will be in contact with your prizes.
So cool.
All right, good job, everyone. All right, so these are going to be your trivia prizes. And then I am going to move on to our next event.
Poor Lindy, she's covered in confetti, as is our computer right here. We're gonna have to sweep that off later. Great. So our sponsor for these prizes, Zen Coffee, Prairie Pens, Gourmet Granola, and Black Bottom Biscotti again. So once again, thank you so much to our sponsors. We'll give you a full list at the end, just so you can know who they are and how to support them. But right now we're gonna have Mackenzie Highland up. She's a grad student getting her master's in biology at UNO. She partnered with 4 Elephants for 6 months now, and she works with bulls. So she's gonna teach us all about that and the work that she's doing with them.
So much confetti.
So much to
So much confetti. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Maddie, for doing the introduction. There is so much confetti on our computer right now. I can't even. Okay. So Carrie gave us a great introduction to elephant reproduction and talking about females and their place on this. But a lot of people ignore the role of the male elephants. So that is kind of my focus in my degree as well, is doing bull research. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about why they're important and what we know about them. So bulls place in the herd, in the wild, they live in very loose-knit groups. And so young bulls will leave their moms at about 15 or so in their mid-teens, and then join up with other bulls in very loosely knit bachelor herds. Older, more mature males will live with them also. And so the young bulls get to learn from them and learn how to be a bull, what's appropriate behavior, and also can watch them so that they know what they're doing when they get to be older. Bulls also go through what is called must, M-U-S-T-H. And that is very similar to deer going through rut. So they go through a lot of different behavioral things, and they have much higher levels of testosterone. And so that's a big thing that we do for elephants, is that we look at elephant hormones. And so with bulls, we do track their testosterone. And with that, we can see when they're going to come into must, and also see when they're going to be optimum for breeding, and also see how good they're going to be at breeding and doing that as well. These cycles can be predicted, and this also can predict their growth, their maturity, and other things like that. Here at 4 Elephants, we also look at their cortisol levels. So that is a stress hormone. We can look at good and bad stress in them. We also look at their metabolic hormones, and this is really important for their overall growth and health. Gary talked about body condition scoring, and so we do that as well. And the metabolic hormones can look into that. Another thing that 4 Elephants does, it's really, really cool, is we partner with Elephants Alive, and they do some really awesome stuff in Africa, including collaring their elephants. And so by collaring them, we can track their movements and see where they're spending the most time, who they're spending their time with, and then also can track them for their own sampling, so that we can be looking at testosterone, cortisol, and metabolic hormones of wild elephants, as well as the ones in human care. So all of this that we're doing at 4 Elephants, partnering with Elephants Alive, can help us make a lot of really awesome decisions in managing elephants, not only in the wild, but also in human care.
Mackenzie!
There you go. All right. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we can address those at some point too.
All right, thank you, Mackenzie. For our next raffle prize, you ready? Let's try. More from copper wax candles, and other elephant magnets, which if you're receiving those, you'll have to read the information about that. They're pretty cool. And then the gourmet granola also. Our random prize is
Meredith Lawler.
Meredith Lawler. So again, if you are winning raffle prizes or the trivia prizes, don't worry, we'll contact you through your email that you provided to us. and we will arrange to get you your prizes. So I also wanted to at this time mention our auction, our silent auction that's going on. If you have not visited, please go to betterworld.org. Or there is a link in the chat that you can visit as well. Some of the items that we have some custom paintings done for us, as well as some paintings that were done by elephants, which are super cool. So here's our custom painting done by our friend Tim Davison. Art Company. So thank you so much to him too for giving us this, if my big head wasn't in the way. It's beautiful. So you can bid on that, as well as, like I said, paintings that were done actually by elephants, as well as experiences like be a biologist for a day, get to hang out with Dr. Carey and get to learn more about elephants that way. Things for kids. There's items from our sponsors that were donated, again, so generously. We're so grateful to all of the people that were a part of this, both here with us, as well as business sponsors and people that just made this possible. So moving on, I think that now we're going to talk about baby elephants. But first, if you're a kid, raise your hand. Where are all the kids? Let's see you. Are you ready? Get our kids. Here's our kids. Okay, raise your hands. We've got an important job for you. If you want to win the next prize, which is some awesome books, you have a job. You're going to type your favorite emoji, put it in the chat, or have an adult with you help you to put your favorite emoji in the chat. And while Lindy, again, we're going to welcome her back with her master's in biology at UNL in collaboration with 4Elephants. She's been working with 4Elephants for 2 years now. So she's going to talk about that. And then we're going to have our kid helpers pick their favorite emoji and pick our next winner. So get your emoji in the chat or have an adult help you. And we're going to let Lindy talk about the babies.
Thank you so much, Maddie. So if you're wondering what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day, it's going to be getting all this confetti out of my hair, but worth it.
We'll throw more in there. So good.
There will probably be more. So I want to talk to baby elephants, because who doesn't love baby elephants? So I get this question a lot, and people ask, how long is an elephant pregnant for? They can be pregnant for 22 months, which is the longest gestation of any animal. When they're born, they can weigh anywhere from 200 up to 350 pounds, and they stand at 3 feet tall, so we learned from the game. Baby elephants usually walk about anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours after birth, and most babies are born at night. When they're born, they tend to have more hair than as adults, and they kind of lose that as they get older. And then when a baby is born, one to several other members of the herd will actually surround the mother and protect her while she's giving birth, make sure mom and baby are safe from any predators. All right, next, Demi. Thank you. So calf development, they can drink about 3 gallons of milk a day. So if you think a gallon of milk, they drink it down real quick. They can nurse up to 5 to 10 years. You know, it can be sometimes less than that, but they can nurse for that long. And I thought this fact was really cool, that elephant's milk has 100 times more protein than cow's milk. So it helps them grow quickly and grow up to be strong. And then it actually takes about 6 to 8 months for a baby elephant to start using its trunk to eat and drink. So they pretty much rely on nursing from their mom for that first 6 to 8 months. So really what I love about elephants is they're very family oriented. And so related members of the herd will all work together to care for that baby. Just, you know, like it takes a village, it takes a herd to take care of them. Elephants are able to recognize over 200 individuals, which is really important for mothers to know which elephants they can trust and who's related to who as far as taking care of that infant. Babies will really learn what is safe to eat from other herd members, learn what's edible or not, and they often will mimic adults in the herd. And it's really, you know, good for them to have multiple calves in the herd as well, so they can have each other to play with, and even the young ones will still play with older elephants to learn proper social skills as they grow. And then if a herd members will always respond if there's a baby that calls for help in their herd, which I think is just amazing. All right, next. And so for elephants here in zoos in North America, you know, there's an order for us to have, be able to maintain our population of what elephants we currently have. There has to be 5 births per year. For to grow the population, keep our elephants, we really need 6 to 8 births per year. However, there's currently a rate of 0 to 1 births per year. And so there's really a need for this hormone work and understanding their endocrinology to know how we can help increase these numbers every year. And if we don't, we might not have elephants in zoos in 50 years at this rate. So every baby is just so important and so needed. And this is why we do what we do, so we can keep elephants around for the future generations to learn from and love. And like I said, each baby elephant is so important. Being able to manage calf's well-being before and after birth is so essential. So monitoring mother while she's pregnant and make sure baby's doing well. And then after the baby's born, it's also important to make sure they grow and develop as they should. And so some of the ways that we can do this is through hormone monitoring, like we've talked about. Also managing their nutritional intake, making sure they're nursing well and getting the proper foods. More development of guidelines of how quickly and how much a baby should grow as they develop. And also it's just really important to include them as part of the herd and develop those social skills and for the baby to learn from the elders. And then also a lot of zoos really work hard to train their elephants, including young ones, to make sure they're trained for blood draws and feed care and numerous other things, just to make sure they have the best care possible. All right. So for our kids raffle prize, it's a wonderful donation by another organization called the Kate Addison Conservation Fund, who I've worked with for the past 10 years. Dave Johnson, the founder, wrote these amazing kids books. So you're going to get one of each of these books, as well as a jar of their conservation honey, which supports the Honeybee Project. In Africa, they use beehives to actually keep elephants out of villages and help keep both elephants and people safe. So you're getting this amazing prize from this amazing organization, and I will lead it to Maddie to announce the winner.
All right, our kid helpers picked the winner. We chose Adrian.
Do I tell them the emoji you picked?
The emoji was a giraffe that we picked. So what we're all about here is those big animals.
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of giraffe lovers here today too.
Yes,
so.
we've got perfect. So since you guys are here, I know that you've obviously heard about 4Elephants. Everybody here is supporting them. I'm sure you are wondering who actually is 4Elephants. You know a little bit about the work that they do, who they're involved with, and kind of what that looks like behind the scenes. But we're gonna have Dr. Carrie come back up and tell us a little bit more about her organization. And so you can find all about that and also how you can get involved more than just showing up today, which we so love. But if you are interested in getting more involved, Carrie's going to tell you how.
Oh, so fun. What an awesome team, huh? Oh my goodness, there's confetti everywhere. Yeah, so as you saw today, a lot of what we do, of course, you see our science, our publications, and I'll talk about that. But it's more like everybody in this room, like part of the education and developing wildlife biologists and scientists and people putting their heart and energy and time and life into this is taking that jump and doing the academic programs when there was nothing like this in existence. So part of why I, with others, founded 4Elephants was to have this unique opportunity to study and learn about elephants, but also from them. And so through that, we established a graduate program with the University of Nebraska at Omaha. And now we also have our first PhD student starting this fall. So she was in the master's program, and now we have a PhD program with University of Nebraska Lincoln. Again, this is just paving new paths of doing right by elephants, but also people that are dedicated and want to study and learn about them and for them, so that ultimately we can ensure that they survive. That's not guaranteed right now in managed care, and it's not, it's easy to say somebody else will fix that, somebody else will study that, somebody else will do that. And sometimes that somebody just has to step up to the plate, and that's the women and the men in this room. And we're taking on that mission, and we like to invite you to do that. So as a nonprofit charity, so we are 501c3, this organization is not mine. This was just my idea and my passion, but it's actually owned by you. So it's owned by the community. And so we invite you to share in that. One way you can do that is become part of our Herd of Heroes. This is a monthly giving program, and this is how we survive and function. So all of our efforts now, so we are 2 years into this program, and just as any business, you figure out your path and your niche and what works and what makes it sustainable. And what we're focusing now on is the academics and excellence for elephants through academics. So your contributions are supporting student projects. And part of this is our wonderful intern, Emmy, who's done all of this presentation, this background. She's not on here, but she's behind the scenes. And I just want to give her a shout out. Emmy, you want to say hi? Hi. Because it's supporting intern projects. And this is twofold. It supports the students and how to do the science and the research, but it's also helping elephants in zoos and in the wild. So your funds are going to student internships, master's projects, Mackenzie's project, Lindy's project, and most graduate programs don't make you come onto a live event. But to me, it's very important to have that part too. So we do the science, hardcore science, but it's important to share and to practice that. So shout out to you guys for doing that, because it's not easy, but it's all part of conservation. We want you to be involved. The biggest way you can be involved is if you go to our website for4elephants.org. We have a place where it says join us. Sign up and you'll hear about our events and what we're doing. And we have an awesome blog and a podcast. So there's ways to be involved. Everybody always says, what can I do? What can I do to save elephants? Not everybody can give the $15 or $25 a month, but you can share. You can share what we do. You can share what you know about elephants. You can share that a body condition score 3 is good. The thing is, you don't have to necessarily give money, right? But if you can educate yourself and share what you know about elephants and about our organization, that is equally important. Everybody has a role, and we invite you to be part of that role as well. So we were excited for today also because we're celebrating elephants, because they deserve our utmost respect and deserve best care no matter where they are. And everything we do tries to do that. We're celebrating the people in this room, people not in this room, graduate students and past students that couldn't be here. We're celebrating everybody who works for elephants. So that's within a zoo setting, within our team of Elephants Alive. So this isn't, we get this question a lot also of, do you work for zoos or for the wild? We work for elephants. We work for people caring for elephants. It doesn't matter if they're in a zoo or in Africa or in Asia, right? We care for elephants. We strongly believe by providing best care and science for individuals, that's how you make population and global change. So that's what we do. We study individuals, we learn from that, we pivot, and we help another individual. So that's a bit about what we do. It's the science, it's the research, but it's the outreach, it's involving people and involving you. We don't exist without you, so we'd love your support. And we have a couple of cool things. That's auction. I mean, that painting that Tim did is just, we have a video of him painting that. That is powerful. He could have just donated a video. Instead, he understands the importance of all of the aspects of this, the creativity, the sharing. I mean, that's just beautiful. So everything matters. So the paintings matters. These t-shirts matter. You can get these on our website. We cannot do this alone. There's a lot of elephant organizations. There's not a lot in the US. So we're based here in Omaha, Nebraska, which is part of our logo. But together, we're all about working with organizations. We are always open door. We will help others. Others help us in return. That's the only way we make a difference. So those numbers are not okay for me. The fact that we have 0 to 1 births and we actually have a negative growth rate, I don't know, hands up if you're not okay with that, right? Type of 1, if you're not okay with that, like I am not okay with that. And I always get emotional because it's not okay. So we're gonna change that. And we need all of you to help. So I know there's a lot of keepers on here. Like every day what you do matters. Like you're part of 4Elephants because this is your community. Everybody in Africa. So Ronnie, if you're listening and you're collecting more poop samples for us, thank you. Putting them into our overstuffed freezer because COVID, we haven't been able to get there. Thank you, right? Each one of you purchasing a t-shirt, everything matters for this. So when you go and see an elephant, whether it's in Africa or in a zoo, I want you to stop actually and watch. Not just the elephant, what's going on around it, their interactions. So instead of going to an exhibit, oh, I don't see anything, walk on, just stop for a minute and think how special that opportunity is to actually see an elephant, because that's not guaranteed in 50 years. Now we're gonna do everything we can to ensure my kids here grow up in a world of elephants, their kids do, and so do yours. So that's what we wanted to share in a celebration. Sorry, I always cry. This is a celebration, but it's a celebration because we are going to put everything into it. In 2 years, we'll come back and do this, and we're going to do everything we can do to get a positive growth rate. And we take you on this journey with us to make that happen. So, okay. All right, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I just want to see everybody come in to see the t-shirts, but and just the whole team here. And then so we're gonna come in quick because I just want to show you what this takes. And then we're going to, of course, do a huge shout out while we're showing you wait, I gotta move. And then stay on because we're gonna answer questions. So don't leave, don't stop crying. Okay.
And we have more prizes to give
And we have more prizes. Okay.
Yay!
See all these amazing people. They are all so important to me and to elephants. Thanks, guys, girls, gentlemen, women, children, animals. Do you want to do the thank you to the? Yeah, is that right? Okay. Okay. Don't leave. We're changing spots here. So here you go, Maddie. You can say it.
Oh, thanks. So again, as we've kind of been saying all throughout, thank you to all of our sponsors, everybody who made this possible. Thank you to Carrie. I know we all here super appreciate her, everything she does. And I mean, everybody here, all the women that I've gotten to know, super smart and accomplished. I always say I come in with the enthusiasm, but they're the brains. They know what's going on. And it's also been awesome to be able to learn from them. And I've learned so much about elephants and come to appreciate them even more than I already did. And they're so cool, and I'm excited to be able to help them, and I think everybody else here is too. So this is a list of our sponsors, our thank yous, our shout outs, everybody that donated, everybody that helped us, that shared it, that's a part of this, that makes it possible. You can visit their websites. I know there's several of them offering codes for our special friends here that joined us, as well as they have products that help sponsor us, proceeds that go to us. So please be sure to check them out, all of them. They've been amazing. And the Hubbard family too is a huge one that's helped us so much through all of our stuff. So I think we do have a final raffle prize too.
And then we can answer some questions.
And then, yeah,
too.
we'll get to your questions in the chat. So this actually is a painting that was done by an elephant. So if Kathy Hall. So we will send that over to you. Like I said, we'll get in touch with everybody that won prizes or raffles. And so do you want to, let's see what the questions are to be
Maybe we'll
answered. I
go
think there's a couple in the chat.
Pull up a few chairs and you and Kenzie.
We'll have all the
answer some questions.
all the brains coming.
I can answer this first one.
Okay,
perfect. So we'll let them answer all of your questions and do a kind of our final wrap up. Oh, I don't know any of the answers.
Okay. So first question I saw that popped up when I was talking was, what do we mean by good stress and bad stress? So the differences in that, good stress are things that elephants have to think about, things that happen in their life and they have to process them. So just like we might be stressed, doesn't mean it has a negative connotation, where bad stress does have more negative connotations and negative effects. So like if we give an elephant a new enrichment item and they don't know what it is, how it functions, and they have to figure that out and problem solve, that can be stressful for them, but that's a good stress. When a bad stress can be something like elephants in the wild, if they don't have enough food or enough water, that can be detrimental to them and that could be a bad stress. Yeah?
Yep.
Good question? Cool.
Makes sense.
Someone
Well
else
done,
can
you're a
answer?
good student.
Someone else can answer the next one.
Did you mention DHEA?
I do not. That's not.
I won't totally geek out here. Yeah. So I won't totally geek out, yeah. There's another hormone looking at stress called DHEA, and it can help differentiate good versus bad stress. And so part of Emmy's project this summer is to look at that in elephants, which it works in giraffes. So anyway, endocrinology moment. Okay, what was another question? How many grad students do we take at one time? Okay, so 2 to 3 master's students is what I feel comfortable giving them a good experience, and so that I can be a good mentor to them as well. So it works that at UNO, there's the academic advisor, so Dr. James Wilson, and then I do the research advising. So we take up to 3 students. That depends every year a little bit on funding through UNO of how that works. And then for elephants covers the research costs. So that's where the donations support graduate programs, graduate student projects. In the PhD program, like I said, we just have our first one. So Katie Campbell, if you're here, no turning back now. So she did our master's program. So now she's embarking on our joint program with UNL. So she'll be our first PhD student. And so the goal was always to have 2 to 3 PhD students, 2 to 3 master's students. That way they get a great experience working with elephants and learning the endocrinology, but then also the experience of working with one another and having a support system of colleagues as well. So, okay. Let's see. Does anybody want, I'm looking at questions, hang on. Everybody doesn't want to hear me the whole time. Does somebody want to do you want to answer this one? At what age can we get pregnant? Okay, cool.
All right, so our next question, and a good one, is at what age do elephants get pregnant? So they can get pregnant starting around ages 10 to 12. It can, like I said in the game, it can, on average, it's 14 to 15 years. It definitely benefits them to get pregnant at those younger ages so they can have multiple calves and keep their reproductive system very healthy.
Well done, well done. This is a quiz for the graduate students too. So.
See how much I learned in the last 2 years. All right, do we have any other questions?
Yes, we have a lot.
All right.
Are in the chat.
So maybe you should just open the chat and you and
I can read them
sit there.
off
There we go.
too.
Let's trust on Penny that way.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get to your questions. I'm glad there's so many.
Yay.
Why are they born mostly at night?
Why are they born with?
I don't actually know the reason of why they're born mostly at night. I would say mostly for probably natural history of predator aversion would be my best scientific hypothesis about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go through some questions. So if you don't have time to stay with us, totally fine. Thank you for being here. We're gonna send you the replay as well. But we would like for the people that are interested in learning more to stay on and we'll answer more questions. So, okay. What's favorite part of the job? Wow, this is a good one. I guess everybody probably has a different answer. I love seeing, sometimes it can get a lot, like doing just a lot of lab work, right? So the hours and hours and hours, right, everybody, of weighing poop and the hours and hours of the actual science. To me, my favorite part is knowing the hard work that goes from everybody collecting a poop sample or a blood sample from an elephant to the final using that information to make real change. So to me, it's not just we're building up the science to one day use it. What I like is we learn something and we see how we can apply it immediately. It's that satisfaction of people that want the information too, of saying, hey, we want this data, we want this science, how can we do better? I love that part of whether it's elephant care professionals, either in Africa or in a zoo, wanting the information and using it. And then of course the second part is right here, is the students. Because I was in that spot, it was very hard for me to find a program and stuff. So just to see their development as a scientist, but just as they've all been women right now, and as being leaders in our community. And then I guess I have three. My kids, I like to see their enthusiasm for nature and wildlife, and that's a part of their life. And to me, that's really important. Whether you're in research or science or not, just having that influence on showing your kids, you know, to do what your heart tells you to, even if it's hard, and then having that connection with animals and wildlife. So I have a lot of favorites. I guess I'm in the right job. Yeah. What's your favorite, Lindy?
Man, you know, for me, I mean, I've just always loved the animals and wildlife and been drawn to the large mammals. But for me, I think it's the community that builds around them. It's just been so mind-blowing to me to have so many people from different walks of my life and other people's lives, like, just be so supportive and interested, even, you know, even if wildlife's not their background or main interests. So it's just amazing to me that we can all connect over elephants and research and conserving them. And it's just built like such a beautiful support system from so many people. And I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you.
Anybody's welcome to answer questions.
Yeah.
Nathan, Parker. You should see the support system we have here. It's fantastic.
My favorite part kind of varies. There's like two sides of it. I've been zookeeping for about 10 years now. And so watching the animals and seeing like how your care improves their lives overall, that's the best part of zookeeping. On the education side of things, being surrounded in like a STEM program that is not set up for women, being around a bunch of women who are so empowered and so intelligent is the best part of that.
Right on, Mackenzie. Okay. Nobody wants to take the hot seat. Okay. Well. Okay. How many times have we been to Africa? And where do the elephants live in Africa? Okay, so I've been going to Africa since I was 18. And I've been going every year since. I'm 42, I always forget. So a long time. I've been 20 plus times. Now I try to go to at least 2 times a year. And that's because now we have a facility over in Africa as well. So continually the Elephants Alive team is collecting samples from the elephants that they can follow their movements, so they know which elephant is which. So they collect their poop samples and we're able to monitor them for the hormones. So that can build up quickly. And so we go over there to monitor and do all the lab tests over there. And also giving a chance for people to feel and experience elephants in their natural habitat, which is a premise of most of what we do. And we're really trying to mimic that in a zoo environment. So many times my little girls have been with me since 6 months of age when they have their vaccinations and go. We hop on an airplane and go. So we go to primarily South Africa. So Elephants Alive also, our elephants go into Mozambique, Zimbabwe as well. But our field station is in South Africa, just outside of Kruger National Park. That's where the elephants live that we study. I think that was that. And then, like, I know Lindy's been to Africa as well.
Yeah. So I got to go with the organization I talked about earlier called Katie Hempson Conservation Fund. So they do a lot of amazing conservation work in Tanzania, as well as several other places around the world. But Tanzania specifically, they're helping support and fund elephant beehives to put up as fence lines around villages and human areas, and the elephants will actually react and get kind of scared from the bees and run away. And it's just a really wonderful human-animal conflict solution that benefits everybody. And then the people can also get honey that they can use. So I got to travel with them, and it was just an incredible experience. I remember we got to sit for like 2 hours and just watch this herd of elephants just be elephants. And it was like one of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced, just seeing babies play and, you know, the forage, they played in the water. Like, it's just incredible. And that's why I'm here and want to keep doing everything I can to help them.
Part of our graduate program is to get the funding that the graduate students get to go to Africa too, because I think it changes your frame as a scientist and as a human on how you study them and what you study and what you can really do to make a difference. So yeah, but I think this question is funny. Not funny, it's real. What's the worst part of the job? That's to be honest, fundraising is not my favorite, but it's necessary. So, and that's just totally transparent. It's not fun to ask people to support something like this because not everybody sees a direct return on that investment, right? So it's not like you give and all of a sudden there's 5 births. So it's a longer term commitment. And that sometimes that's hard. What I'd rather be doing is the science and the work and working with elephants and people that work with them. We spend a lot of time on the money side, but it's necessary. And I think it has to be talked about more. And also just setting a new precedent that part of running a nonprofit is you also support people. A lot of people only want to fundraise, like support an elephant or a lab supply, but that doesn't no good unless there's people to use that and express that and apply that. So that's, I don't know if it's the worst, but it takes up a big chunk of time and energy. So it's the most challenging, but we're going to continue down that path because it's so important. And we love, people are listening and want to be involved on the fundraising side of things. We're always expanding our team and would love to talk with you about how you can help with that too. That would be fantastic. Yeah, that's my worst part. It's not even the weighing all the poop. Like, that's fine to me.
Yeah, just normal.
Yeah.
Get used to it pretty quick.
Okay, we'll do one more. We'll try, sorry, so many at a time. We didn't want to go over too long. Okay, it's 4. Wow, that was pretty good, wasn't it? I was going to say that one. Okay. Okay, no, there was the one thing that you applied. Sorry, there's like 20 questions here. Where's that? Oh, can you give us an example of one thing you learned that you were able to apply? Absolutely. So one of the things that we learned was that maintaining proper body condition, so degree of fatness, is really, really important for elephants of all ages. And primarily, what we looked at primarily was their reproductive health. We took that a step further, and what I love, and like this is one of the things I think we're most proud of, is then how do you actually, if an elephant is overweight, like how do you actually promote weight loss in an elephant? There's not elephant treadmills, right? I mean, there was once, but it broke because that was a bad idea. That was not our idea. But to me, it's working with teams within zoos to figure out how can you encourage your elephants to move more? What can we do to improve their diet that's beneficial to them physically, socially, mentally? So I love that problem solving part. So one thing, we learned was we can score your elephant and tell you what body condition, and then taking that further, we've done all the research studies that say these are the primary management factors, like within a zoo setting, that promote better body condition. So this is increasing the number of times an elephant is fed a day. So sometimes in the past, an elephant was fed morning, noon, night. What we learned, natural physiology, of course, is elephants eat over a 24-hour period. So we work with zoos of looking at their feeding schedule, and then how can you promote multiple feedings throughout a 24-hour period. So that also includes automatic feeders, hay nets that can be automatically dropped overnight. So to me, it wasn't just the body condition. You could see the mental stimulation and the overall positive effects of elephants and just, improving their lives. So I say we can go from a direct body condition score to improving an elephant life. Absolutely. And so to me, that's fun. Okay, I'll stop talking. I could talk about this forever. Anything else anybody wants to end with? Besides just thank you. Okay, they're gonna just shadow me again, like, okay. Thank you everyone for listening. We'll send the replay to you. We'd love to hear from you to join us on this journey. And I do think that we will do amazing things for elephants and start a new precedent of how we care for elephants and what we do for them.
And the silent auction is still going. It's still live. You guys can bid up until midnight tomorrow night. So everyone can keep looking at it.
Thank you. How do I be best?